Warren, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's back. The honorary chair of Sugar Busters. Sugar Busters, a club that you could join, but you must pass probation to enter into the fancy schmancy certificate realm. That simply states you are committed to eating 30 grams or less of processed sugar. And then we try and answer questions as we go weekly with the former Mr. Tennessee and million-time top 10 Mr. America, Warren Honeycutt, who looks, well, you got a body of like a 24-year-old, you old dog. This is hurting me, man.
Stevie J, Diane, you guys are very kind.
You're just crazy. I mean, I thought it was 6-packs. It's like a 50-pack for you, man. There are ripples in your ripples. Come on. Come on, man.
Well, yeah, people always ask the secret, and it's very simple. Stevie J, stay away from sugar.
Yep. Well, you got me going November 19 when I haphazardly said, okay, I'll quit, having no idea what that meant. And it meant kind of cutting back on the processed sugar, not the fruits and the good stuff that comes naturally that our bodies assimilate better. Packaged things, cans of mandarin oranges, which I thought was good. Vitamin water with 20 grams of sugar. The average human's doing a half to a full pound of sugar a day. Thailand just came out with an anti-sugar campaign, Warren, where they're showing wounds on the body, but they make them like chocolate holes, so they kind of make it gruesomely yummy. And it's like...
I saw that. I saw that article. It's great.
It's crazy. All right, if you have any questions about what you can and cannot do with Sugar Busters, you may call us at 359-2255, or if you'd like to text, you may text us 359-2255. Warren Honeycutt on the Bricks wood-fired pizza phone line, where I can eat a 4x4 cheese pizza for 3 grams of sugar. Thank you very much. All right, a question for Warren from Patty, a Sugar Buster. She signs Patty SB. I gotcha. Sacred handshake, club picture coming. Are dates without added sugar okay? I make a treat using dates, walnuts, almonds, and lime juice formed into a ball. Then I roll in coconut. They're so good and sweet, I feel a little guilty eating them.
Well, the dates do have more sugar, but it is the sugar that we're speaking of in regard to fruits. And as long as the coconut is not sweetened, yeah, that's a great little treat. And you certainly won't be kicked out of the club for doing that, no.
Okay, Patty, you got the stamp of approval from Warren.
Okay, what about honey? We said, 2 tablespoons of honey a day is okay?
Yeah, and the reason for that, Stevie J, and it does, and certainly if any medical people and nutritionists are listening this morning, the honey is sugar, it is natural, and it has other nutrients. And if I may mention something, a little segue there as it relates to the honey. If people will buy local honey, if they have sinus problems, there's a very, very good chance that the sinus problems will go away.
Really?
Without Flonase, without the prescription drugs, and all the other stuff that people take for sinus problems.
Amazing.
You had a little trip yesterday,
Okay.
Stevie.
I don't know if it was sinus. There's also allergies out there as well.
Yeah, that's true.
There are people hitting with allergies. Why do we wake up a little alert more than we were? And why do we sleep better when we're not consuming processed sugar?
Oh, great question. I love that one. And the reason is sugar really messes up not just the waistline, but the entire system of hormones in our body, even our brain. And what happens is sugar rewires the brain. And you get to the point that, you can't sleep as well. You do wake up more alert because you are more alert. And the body is just responding to, thank you very much for not putting the poison in me that I have to filter out before you can get out of bed.
How'd we get so bad? Were you the guy that told me that 40 years ago we weren't even close to what we're doing now? And what happened to us, Warren?
Well, actually, from 1900 to now, and obesity has been studied or kept records with the Center for Disease and Prevention from 1950s. And what happened, Stevie J, from 1900 was a pound to 2 pounds a year. 1950, it had gone up to about a half a pound, and now it's gone up. Most people honestly do take more than a half a pound, closer to a pound of sugar. And to compare that and benchmark it, I was doing some research for the culture of Japan and how their longevity is what it is and why they are the leanest people on earth. Their obesity rate is 3.6%.
What?
In other words, right at 3.5 people out of 100 are obese in Japan.
Well, that's skewed because all the sumo wrestlers. That's not fair.
Yeah, well, they're the ones that skew it to the 3.5.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So what are they doing?
What they're doing, and I get this, it's certainly not the only thing. They are more active. But the biggest thing that they do, they have about an ounce to an ounce and a half of sugar a day.
And that's about 27 grams of sugar. So they could be sugar busters.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I was going to say, if they figure our show out and stream us in Japan, I'm going to have to print a lot of certificates. This could be bad.
Those people know what they're doing, and their longevity rate. When I'm talking about longevity rate, DJ, it is a good life until the end of their life. They're not plagued with all of the diabetes and high blood pressure and stroke and cancer.
How do we
are in America?
How do we demonize sugar much like tobacco? Do you think it's as bad?
Actually, it in many ways ages you the same way that cigarettes or nicotine does. And yes, sir, it is a very addictive food. I hesitate to call it a food because honestly, if you are truly honest and blunt about it, it's poison.
That's what I told you. What did I say?
It's rat poison.
I said it's rat poison. I told you.
Yeah.
Warren says so, then it's true. Warren says so, then it's true. Warren says so, then it's true. Told you so. I know you're but
well, and then you feel kind of bad. Like, for instance, all the Easter candy. There's been a lot of moms in my mom's networking group that have been talking about, what do we do with all this Easter candy? Because we don't want our kids to overconsume now. And should we give it to various, Boys and Girls Club or Girl Scout troops?
Feed them the rat poison.
Handing them the rat poison.
Move the rat poison out of your house. That's fine.
What's your suggestion for that, Warren?
I would suggest, Diane, that the people, rather than giving it to other organizations or boys and girls, to make a list of 3 or 4 of the people that they dislike and send it to them as a gift.
There you go.
People won't even know. People won't even know what's happening.
Listen, I got my kids sugar-free candies, and, we had some sugar-free. They have sugar alcohols. We know that in moderation also is necessary.
Yes.
It can give you a little gas stuff going on, but it can satisfy some sweet. Last night, I had probably 2 cups of Cheerios, which is 1 gram, I think, for a 3/4. I probably had 3 grams of sugar, but I had stevia on top with a little 2% milk.
Good, Stevia J.
Thank you. I would call myself Stevia J for the right number,
That's
Warren,
right.
but Stevia has not contacted me. Somebody did yesterday. Actually, Chip contacted me yesterday, and I'd be very interested in any updates any of our Sugar Buster members are having regarding results and how they feel and if they've stayed here. But it says, "Hey, Stevia J, I heard you talking about Easter. Just wanted you to know we didn't partake in any types of chocolate or candy. We went to a movie and ate popcorn. That-a-way.
That's right.
No sugar and popcorn. That's beautiful."
And I've been enjoying the boiled eggs and just a little slice of ham in the mornings now for the past 3 days. So.
Warren, if somebody forced you to come to the card table and there were 2 piles, one was a pile of sugar and one was a pile of cigarettes and cigars, and you had to pick one, which would you pick?
I would toss a coin, and whichever side came up, that's where I would go, because in my mind, and not just my mind, there's tons of research that people can Google, but one is as bad as the other.
Well, all right, so there you go, folks.
If I had to pick one, without the coin toss, I'd pick the cigarette.
Wow. You'd pick cigarettes over sugar. Now, there you go. But the problem is we glamorize the lottery, and it's all good when you do that. but boy, you can't bet $10 on the game because that's really betting and it's evil. I mean, so there's inconsistency with all of this. We glamorize the donuts and all these wonderful food trucks we have on campus here at the University of Illinois. We load it with sugar, and yet that's part of our lifestyle. 80% of the grocery store filled with processed sugar. If you are interested in learning more or joining our exclusive club, we are going to perhaps have a club picture, Warren. I want to have you come visit in October.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And we would like to feel your biceps and have a picture with Warren Honeycutt.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, I did have ham, but I had no glazing. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Okay. It was a smoked ham with no glazing. I didn't put the glaze on.
So gethoneycutt.com for more tips, or our Facebook page, Stevie J's
Sugar Busters. And if you want to join Sugar Busters and go on probation 3 days to cut your sugar intake, if you don't like how you look, if you don't like how you feel, you don't like how you think, just try this a few days. You don't have to do any diet. Just do one thing. Quit your processed sugar. Just quit your processed sugar. Let us know. Just say, I'm in at 359-2255, 359-2255. Warren Honeycutt, gethoneycutt.com. Get lean. You the man. Thank you, sir. You are the best. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.